Well, hello everyone and welcome to Wilson Park here in Vallejo, California. My name is Darren Rogers. This is the In-Town Sports Network as we get set for baseball. That's right, once again, game 2 with the Vallejo Admirals facing the visiting Sonoma Stompers. We'll get that game started right after this.
If you have an interest in a career in sports broadcasting,
whether it's behind the scenes or on camera,
then this is the class for you.
Class is held every Wednesday from 1:30 to 4:30 in room 121 alongside the library building.
For more information, contact Greg Poff, that's me, at solano.edu.
we hope to see you here next semester. And remember,
It's more than just sports, it's an education.
And we are back. Hello everyone. Welcome to Wilson Park here in Vallejo, California. As we get set and things get started, the Sonoma Stompers are up at the plate and leading things off. It's center fielder number 1, Matt Hibbert. As Matt looks at a first pitch strike. As we get started at 6:49 p.m. As I was told earlier today, this is the first day of summer. So, for those of you watching, welcome. This is our summer. Hopefully you're having a good summer. As the count now is 1-1. We are in the top of the first. Just getting started underway here. Calling the balls and strikes this evening behind the plate is Ron Adams. And on the field is Mike Heller. As that is a strike 2. He gets out there to the players and down here in front, and they didn't really back away, but it was like, yeah, well, okay, we got this. The Admirals didn't fare too well last night as they succumbed to the Sonoma Stompers as Matt Hibbert does a swing and a miss. So it's a strike 'em out, throw 'em out situation, and that's how the first round goes. First out right here.
Now batting for the Stompers, second baseman number 8, Yuki Yasuda.
As you just heard, it's Yuki Yasuda to the plate. So last night's loss was a 15-7 loss, and the Admirals are looking to fare better with a victory today. There's a new catcher for the Admirals behind the plate. His name is Manny Ramirez. As I spoke about him last night, his nickname is Nolo. That's fouled out on the right field side of things. Out of play, of course.
All foul balls to be returned.
So Manny is on the plate tonight. Catching and pitching for the Admirals is Brent Adine. As Yuki Yasuda fouls another one off. Count is still 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 1 out.
707-643-519. Give him the call.
And that's inside for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that is high for a ball. Ron Adams has a more consistent strike zone. Mike Heller last night was the pitchers, at least for the Admirals, had a pretty tough time trying to figure out where his strike zone was at, as that goes up the third base side of the line, foul. So they had a rough go with it last night, and it just didn't fare well with them. So hopefully today will be better for them. But Only the innings will be able to tell. As that's inside for a ball. So Yuki Yasuda will take a base. He is walked.
Stompers, first baseman number 14, Scott David.
So Scott David is coming to the plate. He is the first baseman for the Sonoma Stompers. As I was told earlier today, yeah, by this being the first day of summer, it's supposedly the longest day of summer. So we got started at 6:49, and we should have something like from what I was told, an 8:30 sunset. So it's going to be nice and bright for a while. Oh, he was hit by a pitch on that one. So that's 2 runners on. And Scott David didn't look too pleased with that hit. And primarily, they do want to hit the ball. They don't want to get hit by the ball. They want to hit the ball with the bat. So there's always that displeasure of, oh man, I got hit with the ball. It's not the fact that I had to take the base this way. It's just the fact that I got hit with the ball. So there is a little bit of a, body language is speaking. And right now at the plate is the designated hitter, number 7, Joel Carranza. He popped one out of here last night. And as I stated before, he is one of the power hitters. And he is comfortable in this park. As he's looking at a ball. 1. 2 runners on now, first and second. 1 out here in the top of the first. And yes, we are scoreless. That's called a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. So again, it's a situation of a big swing and miss from Joel Carranza. It's a situation with the Stompers let me reverse that. It's a situation with the Admirals to prevent the stealing of bases as much and not get into the mindset of here we go again. That should never be the case, but when it feels like that, it's easy to say as Joel fouls that one back. Count now is 1 ball and 2 strikes. So it's not like the Admirals can't pull out a victory on this one. It's just the fact that it's the controlling of and the slowing down of David Donnelly, who pitched last night, had a perfect example of that, as he just slowed the game down tremendously to the point where he got the out that was needed, even when the bases were loaded. So he just slowed it down. He put it to a snail's pace, and for runners on bases, it's like, come on, man, can you hurry up? Especially when the team that you are playing against is working in the area of speed. And that thing is, hurry up, let's go, move it along. And David Donnelly last night was like, no, I'm going to do this way and slow it down. And that was their own form of impatientness. And it worked. He didn't continue the process, but the process worked. Count now is 3 balls and 2 strikes, full count. Runner still on first and second. As he hits that one foul at the first base side of the line. No, they call it fair? Is it fair?
Ball out, number 2.
That is a fair ball, so he is out. Wow, okay.
Now batting for the Stompers, third baseman number 2, Eddie Mora Loera.
So the runners advance to second and third. And now Eddie Mora Loera is up to bat. So at this particular point in time, the Admirals will take it any way they can get it without letting the Stompers score. And the Stompers have been pretty hot as of late since the opening season. So that is called a strike from Ron Adams. His strike call motion is not of the quickest, but it's consistent. That's down low for a ball. Well, now it is 1-1. Runners on second and third. Stompers threatening to score. And just like that, he did swing. So it is now 1-2. Two outs here in the top of the first. We are still scoreless. Stompers threatening the score with runners on second and third. As Eddie Morlor calls timeout, looks like some from the wind, some dirt got in his eyes, which is kind of interesting, seeing that from this field level the wind is blowing from left to right and not right to left. That's a foul shot out of play. Wow, that came down pretty low, so that's letting me know that maybe on the day that I gotta be on that side, I don't know where I want to be posted up at. That ball was pretty low. Swing and a miss. That's a strike him out, throw him out situation, and they got him, and that's how that ends. So we're going to head to the bottom of the first. Here come the Vallejo Admirals to see if they can draw first blood.
You're watching Admirals Baseball on the In-Town Sports Network channel.
And we are back. It is the bottom of the first. And the Admirals are up to bat, and leading things off is the right fielder, number 25, Chevy Clark. So the one thing the Admirals need to do is strike early, strike hard, and keep striking. As that is hit out here to the left field side, but that is going to be caught. So with that,
on top your A1 guaranteed who's hot list. From Stone Mountain, Georgia, left fielder number 4.
that is going to bring up Sean Payne. So again, the situation is still the same, where they just need to strike early, strike hard, and continue striking as far as getting the points. As he looks at as he looks at a ball one. That's ball two. They have to put it ahead of these Stompers, because once the Stompers get it rolling, they don't stop. That's been their game plan, and it's been working for them. That is a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Sean Payne is still ahead in the count. So it's not like they can't be slowed down. That is strike 2. Count now is 2-2. And 1 out. We are in the bottom of the first. The Admirals up at bat. Sean Payne, number 4, is at the plate. He foul tips that one back. He calls timeout. Yeah, everything about these Stompers is fast. You know, pitch fast, run fast. It's just, and Stompers are like, if they get a hold of that, which he pops this one up, He's going to pop this one up. That's going to go out there to, that's going to get caught. So that makes that out there.
Batting for the Admirals, your O'Connor Lumber home run leader from Los Angeles, California. First
So,
baseman number 13.
2 outs here in the bottom of the first. And Nick Akins is coming to the plate. And it is early, so it's just keep it tight for the Admirals and just play a naturally paced game. Wow, that was interesting. Nick Akins just dropped his bat and just let it go by, and it is a ball, so 1 ball, no strikes. Swing and miss from Nick Akins. So it's now 1 ball, 1 strike. I had a chance to talk to Isaac Winrick of the Stompers because I thought last night's game, I thought he got hit in the chest. And it backed him up. Nick Akins, heavyweight swing and a miss on that one. As when he got hit, it backed him up. I said, you got hit in the chest last night, right? He said, no, I got hit in the face. Face mask, that's what backed me up. I was like, oh, okay. As he hits that one right back out there, and that looks like that one is leaving the park because it did. So that is a home run from number 13, Nick Akins. So the Admirals have drawn first blood, and it's early. So that means they need to do it some more.
For the team leader, tack on another, his 6th of the season. 1-0 Vallejo. Now batting for the Admirals from the Dominican Republic via the Bronx, New York, designated hitter.
So the designated hitter, Vladimir Gomez, who's normally in right field, he's designated hitter today. So. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so Vlad is up, but I have Davey Garcia, who is not on the lineup. He was removed because he is the catcher. So I have to do this as it is a strike 2. Vladimir Gomez. Sorry about that. Interesting. And that is a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So I got caught off guard with this. I went and got the lineup earlier and didn't recognize the last minute change. That's outside for a ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the Admirals are looking to strike back and at least come away winning the series, as that's hitting foul off the first base side.
Yeah, more business for Cal Glass. Again, 707-643-5609.
So as I said, for the Admirals, it's all about strike early, strike hard, and keep striking. You know, you against this Stompers team, you got to do this. As he hits this one up the third base side of the line, they're calling this one foul.
Barely foul. Everybody clap your hands.
Yeah, like I said before, we got a lot of umpires out here on both sides of the field. when it comes to fairs and fouls and strikes and balls, we have a lot of umpires, fans included. Heavyweight swing and a miss. So flag goes down swinging, but not before the Admirals strike first with a Nick Akins home run. But here comes the Sonoma Stompers, and we'll see what their answer is to that right after this.
No one's out there. He's trying to
And we are back. It is the top of the second, and the Sonoma Stompers are up, and leading things off is shortstop number 5, Masa Miyadera, as he looks at a ball low. So that's ball 2 for him. No, ball 1. Okay, this board is playing havoc with my mind even. Oh, whoa, as he had to jump back out of the way of that one. Now it's ball 2. As he goes ahead and shows a bunt. That's going high for a ball. And the Admirals are leading this one 1-0. We are in the top of the second. No outs as of yet. Masa Miyadera is the first batter, lead off, as that's called a strike. And that's inside also for a strike. So Brent Adheen putting in some good work. And it's as that goes up the first base, third base side of the line, foul. And that is a ball. So Brenda he walks Masa Miyadera. So catcher now at the plate, number 25 is Isaac Wenrick. As Isaac looks at a first pitch strike. As he checks the runner. So like I was talking yesterday in yesterday's game, it's the sun situation and first base. Okay, so you have the sun that's in the eyes of the first baseman. And kind of as it gets lower, it gets harder for the first baseman to see. As Isaac hits that one up to center field, and Tillman Pugh's going to catch that on the bounce. So he's going to bring that in and hold the runner at second.
Now batting for the Stompers, left fielder number 12, Brennan Metzger.
So Brennan Metzger to the plate. So yeah, the sun situation becomes a factor in play, as the Stompers have 2 runners aboard now, first and second. And that is a strike. Brendan Metzger is taking a look at the areas like, that's a strike, okay. Yeah, like I mentioned before, we have a whole lot of umpires. As he goes ahead and steps off the mound and puts everybody back on base. Runners in scoring position. He thought about it and let it go. Count now is 1-1 to Brennan Metzger. As Brennan Oh, swing and a miss. That is his second strike. As Brenda Dean on the mound for the Admirals. Kind of like surveys the situation if he wants to make an attempt at throwing one of the base runners out. As he shakes off a sign or two. So he's same pitch again. And he is safe at second. They went to make the attempt at second, and he was safe there. So
Now batting for the Stompers, right fielder number 4.
So Marcus Bradley to the plate. Manny Reyes, the catcher for the Admirals, expressed his deep pleasure of being here and looking to have fun playing with these guys. And I was pretty impressed with that. I was like, okay, so you must have heard something about this team that made it fun for you to want to be here. I mean, most players are pretty much wanting to play and are happy to play anywhere. So that could be that situation, but he's a nice, cheerful guy, upbeat, good mannerisms, and it's just taking an enjoyment of it all. As Marcus Bradley looks at 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the top of the second. Admirals are still holding a lead of 1-0. Stompers have 2 runners on, first and second. As that's hit up. And they're going to go ahead and try for the double play, and they're not going to get the double play.
4-6 fielder's choice, 2 down.
So, as Tim said, it's a 4-6 fielder's choice, but it's 2 down.
Now batting for the Stompers, center fielder number 1, Matt Hibbert.
So, Matt Hibbert comes back to the plate. The runners at the corner for the Stompers, first and third. So Manny Reyes kind of brings an upbeat element to the Admirals. Not to say that the Admirals don't have an upbeat element of their own, but it's an addition to an upbeat element already that's in existence. So it just adds more to it. As Matt Hibbert looks at strike 1. A foul tip back for strike 1. Nope. So we are tied.
Steele plates a run.
Count now is 1-1 with 2 outs. That is called the ball. Yes, that gets hit up to the right field side. That's going to get past the right fielder. That's going to play a run there. As the runner makes it to third. So the Stompers take the lead at 2-1. So Matt Hibbert gets an RBI triple. And Yuki Yasuda is at the plate. Still 2 outs here in the top of the second. Stompers got a lead, 2-1. As that's top foul up the third base side. And that's hit up the third base side. That's going to be fair. That's going to bring in another run.
RBI double 3-1.
So that's an RBI double for Yuki Yasuda.
Stompers, first baseman number 14, Scott David.
So Scott David comes to the plate.
He had to run today for the same shit.
That is a strike to Scott David. Stompers lead just some 3-1. Runner in scoring position at second. A swing and a miss from Scott David. Two outs here in the top of the second. Everybody's enjoying the sunshine as that goes hit up the first base side foul. Everybody, the fans are enjoying the sunshine and today's festivity as we get closer to the weekend. Game 3 is tomorrow, right here at Wilson Park. 6:35 is the start time. So if you can't make it, to the game, check out the videos that are uploaded. And if you don't want to wait for the videos to get uploaded, try checking out a game. And that's a swing and a miss. So it's a strike 'em out, throw 'em out situation again as that takes to the third out. We're gonna go to the bottom of the second now. Here come the Vallejo Admirals at the bat, and we'll see all of that after this.
Chris opens for a little music.
And we are back. It is the bottom of the second. The Admirals are up to bat, and leading things off is the shortstop, number 40, Graylin Durkee. As he looks at a first pitch strike. He gets hit by a pitch in the leg. That kind of hurt. That one kind of hurt. He's taking a little time, leisurely, getting up to first base. But he looks like he's going to be okay.
Republic third baseman number 20, Gerald Bautista.
So here comes the third baseman, Gerald Bautista. The Stompers are leading this 3-1. I'm looking down here at Vladimir Gomez dance to the music. It's pretty good. We are in the bottom of the second. Swing and a miss from Joe Bautista. So the Admirals need base runners, which they have one, and they need to score. They scored early. They just need to score every time they're up at bat, pretty much to keep pace with the Stompers. Up, swing and a miss. Strike two. It's been a warm day here in Vallejo, California, as he looks at a ball. Started out kind of cool, but it warmed up to the temperatures of 91. So it actually made it up there today, but it's about to cool down. And that's hit up the third base side, and they're going to work for a double play there. And he is out at second. So, and one out here in the bottom of the second.
Now batting for the Admirals from Miami, Florida, catcher number 38, Manny Reyes.
So, here comes the catcher, the new guy, so to speak. It's Manny Reyes, number 38. As he is nicknamed or called Nolo Reyes, as he looks at a ball. He is from Miami, Florida. I told someone, yeah, Manny's from Miami, Florida, and they said, they're all from Miami, Florida. It's like, okay, whatever. You know. As he looks at it's one ball and one strike, one out. Stompers are leading this 3-1. Swing and a miss. And that is a ball. As I said, the sun now is in a position to where it's going to play a little bit of havoc on the first baseman's eyes as they get the brightness. I'll say the first baseman and the runners, but more the first baseman than the runners. As he hits that one up the third base side, that's going to be fair. So that's going to bring Joe Bautista the second. So 2 runners on.
On the Admirals from Levittown, Puerto Rico, second baseman number 34, Pedro Perez.
So Pedro Perez is coming to the plate. We are still in the bottom of the second. Stompers' lead is 3-1, and it's 1 out. As he hits that one out to center field, he's running back to get that one, so he's going to get under it, and he's going to make the catch, and that is 2 outs.
Now batting for the Admirals from Oakland, California, center fielder number 12, Tillman Pugh.
So, with Tillman Pugh and Pedro Perez, not all the players are from Miami. So Tillman Pugh to the plate. Runners at first and second. Tillman takes a first pitch strike. foul tip down. It's now 0-2. Tillman Pugh behind in the count. Now, the one thing about this Admirals team is they pretty much got the players that can pretty much at almost any time, I won't say any time, but they can hit this out. They can knock the ball out of the park. They have done this in spurts. Not on the, as Tillman calls for timeout, not on a consistent level, but it's there. Tillman Pugh, he's one of them. It was at the plate.
Make it be up, Tilly. Make it be up. Up, boy.
That is a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second.
12, make it be up.
Most of the fans done gravitated to the grandstand. I think most of them had enough of the sun for a while. So they're getting into the shaded area of the park. That's a foul tip back out of play.
See it up. That a boy. See it up. I like it.
So count remains the same. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and it's still 2 outs. Stompers are leading this 3-1, and the Admirals have 2 runners on, first and second. Ooh, he hit the, boy, he shoots that right back at the pitcher. And that's how that out is made on a straight shot. So they left 2 stranded as we go to the top of the third. Once again, here comes the Sonoma Stompers up to the plate, and we'll see what they do right after this.
Ever have an interest of being on camera as a sports broadcaster? Or have you ever wanted to learn how to operate a camera or what goes on behind the scenes?
If you want to be a star behind the camera,
or you could be the captain of everything behind the scenes, then we have just the program for you.
Well, did you know that Solano College is the only community college in the nation that has a sports broadcasting program and television network, which can give you a certificate to get an entry-level job in sports broadcasting?
Classes will be held right along the library in room 121.
For more information, contact Greg Poff. That's me at solano.edu. And remember, it's more than just sports. It's an education.
And we are back. It is the top of the third. The Sonoma Stompers are up, and leading things off is the designated hitter number 7, Joel Carranza. That is a first pitch ball. It's inside for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. Stompers are still leading this 3-1. As he hits that one. And Pedro Perez is going to make that catch, and that's the first out there. Oops. So now coming to the plate.
Third baseman number 2, Eddie Mora-Loera.
That's right, Eddie Mora-Loera. This is the season I get to cheat. I can listen to the public address make the announcement, you know. After all, I have to go up in there and take a photo of the lineup, you know, the lineup, so that way I can write everything down. But yeah, it works for me. As Eddie Mora-Loera looks at ball 1 out here in the top of the third. that's called a strike. And that's down the dirt for a ball. Count now is 2 balls and 1 strike, 1 out. And that's high for a ball. 3 balls and 1 strike. Foul tip back. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. That's hit up third base sideline, foul. No runners on at this time. Eddie Moore still at the plate. As he looks at up strike 3. As Ron called that one on him. So Eddie goes down looking.
Now batting for the Stompers.
So shortstop number 5, Masa Miyadera is up coming to the plate. So as I stated before, the batters up at the plate, and they're seeing, as he looks at a strike there, they're seeing a situation of a pitch being a ball, but the umpire in the back is seeing it as a strike, and they're pre-calling it. As that goes up to the second baseman, Pedro Perez. So we are headed to the bottom of the 3rd, and here come the Sonoma Stompers.
You're watching Admirals Baseball on the In-Town Sports Network channel.
And we are back. It is the bottom of the 3rd. The Stompers are still holding the lead, 3-1. The Admirals are up to bat, and leading things off is the right fielder, number 25, Chevy Clark. As Chevy Clark looks at a first pitch strike. And that is also a call strike. Chevy Clark fouled the ball down and looked at Ron Adams just to say, is it a ball? Is it a ball? Is it a ball? And didn't get the call as a strike. And that gets him looking down low. So, like that, he goes down looking with a smile on his face. Didn't hurt too bad. So, coming up now is left fielder number 4, Sean Payne. Working the fair a little better than that. So it's 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd. Admirals needing to get base runners and points on the board. And that is called a strike. As with last night as well. Once again, the Admirals are not out of this, and they're close. They just need to make it happen as far as continuously being able to strike. As the count now goes 1 ball and 1 strike. And they have the ability to do this. Now swing and a miss from Sean Payne. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So the ability is there to go ahead and get the runners on and get points. Why it's not a consistent recipe right now is a head scratcher. That one is that's the ball. Count now is 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. We are in the bottom of the 3rd. Stompers are leading this 3-1. As he hits that one out to the left field side, that's going to get caught. So that is 2 down.
Batting for the Admirals, your O'Connor Lumber home run leader, first baseman number 13, Nick Aikens.
So here comes Nick Aikens. So Nick Aikens homered in the bottom of the 1st and gave the Admirals the lead. And he pops this one up. And that's going to be caught by Yuki Yasuda. So, like that, the Admirals go down in order. 1, 2, 3. Let's see if they can stop them as we head to the top of the 4th. Right here after this. And we are back. It is the top of the 4th. The Stompers are up, and leading things off is catcher number 25, Isaac Winrick. As Isaac looks at a ball 1. That is ball 2. 2 balls and no strike. Isaac is ahead in the count. Ball 3. 3-0 is the count. Stompers are still leading this 3-1. That's high for a ball, so he'll walk the batter.
Now batting for the Stompers, left fielder number 2.
Now up to bat is left fielder number 2, Brennan Metzger. That is called a strike. Runner on first. So again, it's the run game for Takashi Miyoshi's Stompers. It's down low for a ball. So the focus now becomes the fact that the runner is on. And he is going to run and wanting to stop the run, but that takes you out of the focus of striking out the hitter. As he hits that one, oh, and Graylin Durkee can't get a handle on it, so that's going to get Isaac around the third. He's going to be held up by Takashi Miyoshi there, third base coaching.
Now batting for the Stompers, right fielder number 4, Marcus Bradley.
So, Brennan Metzger gets the double. Isaac Winrick is on third. And the Stompers are threatening to score again. And Marcus Bradley, the right fielder, is up. That is a strike. As he hits that one back up to the second shortstop, and that's gonna bring in 2 runs. So, 2 runs scored.
Now batting for the Stompers, center fielder number 1, Matt Hibbert.
So Matt Hibbert to the plate. As he attempts a bunt. That is ball 1. That's down low for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. We are in the top of the 4th. And the Stompers now lead it 5-1. And that's down low for a ball. 3 balls and no strikes. That is ball 4. So, Matt Hibbert is aboard.
Batting for the Stompers, second baseman number 8, Yuki Yasuda.
And Yuki Yasuda now is getting ready to bat, but they're going to talk about this first. As the pitching coach, Demetrius Banks, heads out to the mound.
He's going to test you out with some Admirals Academia. Get in on that. More prizes if you want. And if you'd like to keep up with everything that's coming up with the Admirals, go to ValeoAdmirals.com and subscribe.
So while they're talking things over, just want to let you know that, hey, if you need to, or if you want to hear the games live, you can do so by going to the Vallejo Admirals webpage, ValeoAdmirals.com. Look for the Vallejo Admirals logo, Mixler, the Mixler logo. Click onto that, and that will have you listening to the game live. Or if you want to wait until the video of the game is uploaded, you can do that too. That is called a strike to Yuki Yasuda. So the Stompers have 2 runners aboard, first and second. Yuki Yasuda at the plate. That is down low for a ball. Count to Yasuda is 1-1. Chop foul back. So the count now is 1-2. As I said, Yuki Yasuda is not a power hitter, but he hits the ball and puts it in play. He makes things happen. The Admirals, they're aware of this. As that's down low for a ball. Our runners going to stay put on first and second. Nobody's advancing on that move. Inside for a strike. Wow. And Yuki Yasuda goes down looking, I'll say. So Scott David to the plate. As Reyes and Adams are having a little conversation back there. It's, probably getting clarity, which is nothing wrong with that. Scott Davis at the plate. 1 out here in the top of the 4th. As the shade begins to take total control of Wilson Park here, and a viewing situation for players and hitters are starting to get a little bit better. As Scott David looks at another ball, that's 2 balls and no strike. 1 out here in the top of the 4th, with the Stompers leading 5-1. As Scott Davis is going to hit that one and hit that one well, and underneath it is Tillman Pugh, and he catches that one. So that is 2 outs, and the runner advances to third. So there's 2 down here in the top of the 4th. Runner advances on that hit, which is pretty much a sac fly, and Joel Carranza is coming up to bat. Joel is the other power hitter for the Stompers. Runner goes. Nope, no throw because that throw would have, if he would have threw it to second, that would have just made the third base runner come on home. So Manny Reyes, check that. Keen awareness of that situation, decided to throw it back to the pitcher. And it's down low for a ball. Count now to Joel is 2-0 with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. That's fouled back. 2 balls and 1 strike here. 2 outs.
Better call Cal Glass 707-643-5609.
Another foul tip back. Count now is 2-2. Twos across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. So Brent, he needs to get an out here as Joel Carranza continues onward to foul it back. So it's a little fight here between pitcher and hitter. See who's gonna win the battle. I'm gonna put my money on the Admirals. That's what I'm gonna do. Swing and a miss from Joel Carranza, and that's how that one ends. So we're gonna head to the bottom of the 4th, and we're gonna see what happens with the Admirals. They need to get some scores here, so we'll see if they're gonna do that right after this. And we are back. It is the bottom of the 4th. The Vallejo Admirals are up, and leading things off is the designated hitter, number 10, Vladimir Gomez. Vlad takes a first pitch strike. As he kind of like hits that one, and he's going to be out at first.
Now batting for the Admirals,
So,
your Avery Green RBI.
with that now comes Graylin Durkee. He is the shortstop, number 40. So we reached the part of the inning where it's not a situation when it comes to sunlight in their eyes. As Graylin Durkee looks at a ball 1. Stompers still hold the lead 5-1. As Durkee hits this one up to, and that's gonna get over Yuki Yasuda's head. So that is a single for Graylin Durkee.
Third baseman number 20, Gerald Bautista.
So here comes Gerald Bautista to the plate.
Let's go, Bautista, let's go.
As I said earlier, the Admirals need to strike and strike continuously. They struck early. Now they need to continuously strike. They don't want this one to get away from them. So count now to Joe Bautista is 1-1. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Stompers holding a lead of 5-1. As he checks the runner, he's going to go back safe. By the way, the pitcher for the Sonoma Stompers is Tyler Garco. As he checks the runner again. As he hits one out here to left, and he's gonna jump, and he catches it. Okay, so that isn't out that way. Wow. Nice hit, nice catch.
Now batting for the Admirals, catcher number 38, Manny Reyes.
So that's 2 down.
Got you. Just pitch up and up there. Hey, Hey, y'all niggas need to come to the weight room with me every morning. Y'all fucking up.
So, catcher number 38, Manny Reyes,
How the fuck did that
is
go out?
at the plate.
What the fuck? That's the third ball tonight.
As Manny Reyes takes ball one. As he goes back and he checks the runner, it's more of a soft toss, and you got to be careful with them soft tosses. This is Wilson Park. This ground sometimes has a mind of its own, as Manny Reyes takes a heavyweight swing and a miss. There have been some, for lack of a better word, some funky situations out here in this park. And that has astonished some of these players. Swing and a miss. Strike two. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth. Strike 3. So with that, here comes the Sonoma Stompers as we head to the top of the 5th. And we'll see that action right after this.
If you have an interest in a career in sports broadcasting,
Whether it's behind the scenes or on camera,
Then this is the class for you.
Class is held every Wednesday from 1:30 to 4:30 in room 121 alongside the library building.
For more information, contact Greg Poff. That's me at solano.edu.
we hope to see you here next semester. And remember,
It's more than just sports. It's an education.
And we are back. It is the top of the 5th here at Wilson Park in Vallejo, California. The Stompers are up, and leading things off is number 2, Eddie Mora Loera, as he takes a first pitch strike. He hits that one up to the short base side, and Graylin Durkin's going to go ahead and throw him out that way. So that's how this goes.
Now batting for the Stompers, shortstop number 5, Masa Miyadera.
So Masa Miyadera's up. So as you can see, the park is covered totally in shade, and the night light is now taking effect. Taking effect as in being on and not causing a situation, as Masa Miyadera takes a first pitch strike. 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Stompers still holding the lead of 5-1. As Masa hits that up the third base side, Gerald can't put a handle on that one, and Masa takes to first base with a wide turn.
Now batting for the Stompers, it is your Napa Smith beer batter.
So, with that,
Strikeout, beer is $1 off for the rest of the 5th inning.
Isaac Winrick comes to the plate. Yeah, and as you heard, he is the beer batter. So, Brent Adine is still on the mound for the Admirals. And the Stompers now have 1 runner on. And they're gonna as he gets him to go back to first. And he goes back now as he throws. As I said, you gotta be careful. I mean, that's not a soft toss, but you gotta put a little bit on it to make sure that it doesn't hit the ground first and catch that first baseman off guard, who's Nick Akins over there. Yeah, throws like that, it makes it a more secure feeling It's not an uneasy feeling to actually catch the ball because it's coming at a pace and strength of accuracy. And that is strike one to Isaac Winrick. As he throws it back. He's just checking the runner. This is all works to slow the game down, and in a way keep the Stompers in check so they don't start to run amok in the points department. That's down in the dirt. Count now is 1-1 and 1 out. So this is how it works. And like I said, David Danelli last night masterfully just calmed the entire situation down. That's a swing and a miss, and that's going to get behind the catcher, and that's going to advance the runner to second. So Manny Reyes couldn't handle that. It's just one of those types where it's down in the dirt and it takes a little funky bounce, higher than normal. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Runner in scoring position. And that's high for a ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that's wide for a ball. Full count here. As Isaac Winrick is looking to make something happen, and the Admirals are hoping to stop him right here with this pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. He strikes out.
And there you go, Admirals fans. Beer is now $1 off for the rest of the 5th inning.
So now to the plate comes left fielder number 12, Brennan Metzger. We have 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. The Stompers leading it 5-1. Oh, he gets hit by the pitch. And that just looks painful. That just looks very painful. And they're able to walk that off. Wow. Like I said, me, I'm just a big old baby. I'd probably hit the ground and be like, oh, Ma.
Everybody's got their dancing shoes ready for the middle of this.
Now at the plate is right fielder number 4, Marcus Bradley. Now the one thing that is looked for out of these starting pitchers for the Admirals is long innings. As Marcus Bradley looks at a strike. It's long innings, so they don't have to hurry up and run to the bullpen and wear out those arms just as fast as the starting pitcher's arms get worn out. And that's outside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runners on first and second. We on the top of the 5th with the Stompers leading it 5-1. with runners in scoring position at second base. That is another ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. As Brenda Dean works to get the batter out. The time is called as a ball comes onto the field. One of the little kids, they're playing catch, and it got away from one of them, and he instantly told on the other guy. It's like, I didn't do it, he did it. So, no harm, no foul, right? It's safe to say they won't be playing on that side of the dugout anymore. Count goes to 3-1 now. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Down low, ball 4. So the bases are loaded. Okay, so last night they had the situation as well. Okay, and things just started getting out of hand. So the Admirals need to quickly control this. They need to quickly control this. They don't need a repeat situation. So Matt Hibbert is at the plate, the center fielder. Now this is where the power hitter is thinking yard. He's thinking to get it up out of here. And his situation is perfect as he takes a swing and a miss. And that's what he's looking for. He's looking to get it out of here. But this is the second time in 2 nights that Matt Hibbert was faced in this situation where the bases were loaded and he came up to bat. So it's a licking his chops type situation, as that it's called a strike. So he's 0-2. He is behind in the count. Yeah, actually, for any power hitter, this is a licking your chops situation because you're seeing that the bases are loaded. You know your capabilities as a hitter as far as getting up out of here. So you're salivating pretty tough here right about now. So it's the pitcher's job. Yeah, he wants to talk this over. Like I said, it's probably something he wants to try. He sees that Matt is going for something, and he talks it over, and they probably want to try it, or just make sure that they're on the same page. They both understand the situation, or making the situation understood. This is the guy that's at the plate. This is the problem that can happen if this happens. And with that, it's he just had to step on the base, and that makes for 3 outs right there. So we're going to head to the bottom of the 5th. The Stompers leave them loaded, and here come the Admirals to answer back, and we'll check that answer out right after this.
Ever have an interest of being on camera as a sports broadcaster? Or have you ever wanted to learn how to operate a camera, or what goes on behind the scenes?
If you want to be a star behind the camera,
or you could be the captain of everything behind the scenes, then we have just the program for you.
Well, did you know that Solano College is the only community college in the nation that has the sports broadcasting program and television network, which can give you a certificate to get an entry-level job in sports broadcasting?
Classes will be held right along the library in room 121.
For more information, contact Greg Poff. That's me at solano.edu. And remember, it's more than just sports. It's an education.
And we are back. It is the bottom of the 5th, and the Vallejo Admirals are up. And leading things off is the second baseman, number 34, Pedro Perez. As he looks like he's about to make a sacrifice bunt, or as Tim likes to call it, a dragrifice. I told him, hey man, you need to patent that. And his count goes to 1-1. So say, hey, with all these announcers in MLB and places, you know, patenting certain situations as that's hit up the third base side, foul, you need to kind of like, you know, get a little bit of your ducats too, you know. Yeah. So he kind of grinned about it, but he's kind of thinking about it. It's for him. It's like, maybe I'll walk in that area a little bit. As the count to Pedro Perez goes to 1-2, 2-2. Check that. I'm getting a little ahead of myself and ahead of the scorekeeper. That makes it now a full count. Stompers are still holding a lead of 5-1. So once again, the Admirals need to strike. As that goes foul above me and behind me and out of the park in the other direction. So count remains full, 3-2. We are in the bottom of the 5th. That goes foul back again, out of play. As Pedro keeps the line, keeps the line up on that one. That goes foul back. I'm looking at the road as the cars are going back and forth, and the ball that was just fouled just missed the vehicle. And that can be a pretty hairy situation. And that's called a ball. So Pedro takes a base that way. He gets walked. And here comes Tillman Pugh.
Batting for the Admirals, center fielder number 12, Tillman Pugh.
So Tillman Pugh at the plate. No outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Yep, and they're going to check the runner. Now, Pedro Perez on first base. Yeah, he's got a little speed on his. So he's stolen bases and he's gotten out, but he's also not gotten out. So they're aware of his speed. And at the plate is also a gentleman with speed as well. Tillman Pugh stole 2 bases last night. I'll say 3. I could be wrong, but you know what? For this, I'm going to be biased. As he hits that one up, and nobody's going to get that one. So that means, okay, so we got 2 runners on. So
Fielder number 25, Chevy Clark.
Tillman gets a single out of that one. That advances the runner. Oh wow, that's what it is. So Chevy Clark is at the plate. So they're just checking the runner at second base, making him go back. With 2 runners on. Pugh at first, Perez at second. With Perez in position for score. As Clark hits that one, that's going to get down. So now we have a bases loaded situation for the Admirals. So now the striking situation for the Admirals has to remain the same. They have to keep the focus. You have to keep the focus and strike from here. It looks like the Stompers. It looks like the Stompers are going to go ahead and have a little talk about this.
Ambulance, a family business with strong ties to the community. They offer ambulance standby services for special events. For more information, visit medicambulance.net or call.
So we're going to go ahead and get out of that.
8989.
So with the bases loaded, the Admirals are in nothing but scoring position. No outs. Stompers are leading this 5-1. And the Admirals are threatening that lead right now with the bases being loaded. It's a down low pitch. Sean Payne is the batter. Now in this situation, everything works for the Admirals. A walk, hit a sacrifice fly. It gets points on the board for the Admirals. But they have to play to that situation. As Sean Payne looks at 2 balls, no strikes. It's a continuous situation. It's continuously working in their favor at the bottom of the 5th inning. All they have to do is just stay focused, stay calm, and just do the job at hand. As Sean Payne hits that one, and yes, it does get down. So that's going to plate a run. So that is an RBI single. Bases are still loaded. The Admirals just cut into the lead. So they have to continue this. So here comes the hitting coach. First baseman number 13, Nick Akins. They have to continue this. They have to strike, continuously strike. Don't be over anxious with this. Again, it's the salivating situation, okay? A heavyweight hitter comes to the plate. He sees the bases are loaded. He's licking his chops because of the fact of 9 times out of 10, most of the batters in this situation want to get in a hero's mentality. This should not be the case for the Admirals. And he doesn't have to swing at everything, and that is a swing and a miss, strike 1. There are no outs. This is a perfect situation for the Admirals. This is the perfect situation. They can chip away at the lead that the Stompers have. They can do that, but they have to want to do that. They don't have to overplay any of this. Foul tip, 0-2. So Nick Akins is behind in the count. And he's taking a little bit of inventory there. It looks like it might have chipped him just on the inside of the knee, but he's all right. The situation for this could not be no better, and it's just extremely perfect. As long as it's not over anxiously done, they can get into this. They're right back in it. Swing and a miss, foul tip. So Nick Akins goes down swinging.
And now batting for the Admirals.
So that's 1 out.
Cleanup hitter, designated hitter number 10, Vladimir Gomez.
So here comes Vladimir Gomez. The bases are still loaded. They're not hurt. They're not hurt that bad. They got a run out. They got 1 run out of this. They have to be able to take advantage of the good situation when it's given. This was given. This was given by the pitcher. This is a good situation. That's down low for a ball. there's been quite a few times that the Admirals were given a position like this and have taken advantage of it. It took them a couple of times, but eventually they took advantage of it. This is an early hit for them. As he hits that one out there, and nobody's going to get that one. So that means now there's going to be a run to score there. That's one run down there already. There's 2 runs. Here comes the 3rd run, but it doesn't look good. He is caught in a pickle, so he has to go back. That's up. And he is out. Okay, but at least 2 runs score.
That's a 2-run double. 1-run game. Now batting for the Admirals, shortstop number 40, Graylin Durkee.
So he overran the bases, but that's okay. 2 runs were able to get in. They cut into the lead. They're down by 1. So Graylin Durkee is at the plate. It is 2 outs. Ball 1 to Graylin Durkee. Runner in scoring position on second base. The score is now 5-4. The Stompers lead. That is the ball. So Graylin Durkee is still ahead in the count. We are in the bottom of the 5th. And so far, a little bit of the damage has been done. They got their runs, and they still had the advantage of getting another run, as it's called a strike. That is a ball. So count now is 3-1. Now if Graylin gets on, that means Gerald Batista comes up to bat. Count is 3-1. Bottom of the 5th. 5-4 is the Stompers. And with that hit there, that's looking like that has the possibility of, yes, that is a home run from Graylin Durkee. So that puts the Admirals up by 1. It is now the Admirals lead 6-5.
Admirals, third baseman number 20, Gerald Batista.
Now, for the Admirals, leading it 6-5. The celebration is good that they got the lead, but they have to maintain the focus. They've been in this situation before. They've taken the lead and they have lost the leads. So therefore, they need to understand where they're at with all of this. Again, they need to continuously strike as the count goes 1-1. It's 2 outs. They lead 6-5, and we're in the bottom of the 5th. There's still a lot of baseball left, because that's called a strike. One ball, 2 strikes. So Joe Batista is behind in the count. So that is strike 3. So the Admirals do take the lead by 1. And here come the Sonoma Stompers. The Admirals need to hold them, get back, and get more points. But the Stompers have been finding ways to getting points. So we'll see how all of this plays out right after this. And we are back. It is the top of the 6th inning. The Stompers are up. The pitching change for the Admirals has been turned over to, of course, the pitching coach, number 32, Demetrius Banks. The Admirals lead this by 1. Yuki Yasuda is the leadoff batter, as he takes a first pitch strike. So the Admirals need to hold the Stompers here. And that is a strike 2. And they need to get back up and strike in points again, more. This needs to be done by the Admirals. Strike 3. So Yuki jumps back, but it doesn't do him any good. He is out. So that's 1 down. So here comes Scott David. The Admirals still have a lot of work to do. We're only in the top of the 6th. They have to continuously hold the Stompers. They have to get up. They have to make things happen in the area of getting points. And Scott David takes a strike. They have to get the points. They can't sit on the 1-point lead. They've done that before. And in doing so, they came up on the losing end. So the Admirals know this. They know the entire situation of what they're up against. So it's just all about just making the other thing happen. Flipping the L and making it more to the W. Count now is 2-1. So Scott David is ahead in the count. We are in the top of the 6th. A broken bat goes up to Graylin Durkee, who barehands it. He throws it, and he is safe.
Hey, good play.
He is safe. It was a good play from the broken bat, at least. So that bat died a good death because he made it to first base. So they have a runner on.
Now batting for the Stompers, designated hitter number 7, Joel Carranza.
So here comes the other power hitter, Joel Carranza. Now the power hitters for the Stompers happens to be Matt Hibbert, Scott David, Joel Carranza, Isaac Winrick. So the power hitting batters are scattered throughout the lineup, and it's almost like they come at the right time, and that's because of how the lineup is done. Just when you think you got the Stompers down, here comes a power hitter to keep them in the game. It's the ball 1 to Joel Carranza. As he looks at another ball. So that's 2 balls and no strikes. The Admirals need to hold them. Demetrius Banks is well aware of that situation. They're all aware of it. It's just they need to execute it. As Joel Carranza takes a heavyweight swing and a miss. Foul tip back, that is. Last night it was kind of, a little back and forth, and then it just tilted, just tilted one side, and it was all Stompers. So they are well aware. It's wide for a ball. So it's 3 balls and 1 strike. Inside, 4-4. So 2 runners on. So once again, the 1-point lead for the Admirals is not enough. So with that, up comes Eddie Moraloera. They are well aware of this situation. Like I said, they have been in this before. Now is not the time to worry about the second baseman. As Eddie Morlero looks at a strike. And this has been one of the mistakes that the Admirals have made. The run on second. There's been a couple of times where they would try to get the run on second, make the mistake, throw the ball up the field, and next thing you know, there's a whole bunch of runs as he swings and misses at that one. Now it's 0-2. So, but Demetrius Banks, being the pitching coach, he's really not going to go that route. He's just going to make sure, he's going to see where everything is at, survey it, and be like, okay, I don't have to. You know, it's not a desperate move that I need to make. As Eddie Morlero swings and misses on that one, that is strike 3.
Now batting for the Stompers, shortstop number 5.
So here comes Masa Miyadera.
Come on, Banks, right here.
Now the situation with this is Masa is just a hitter to put it in play. He's not a power hitter. With Eddie Morlero, the possibility of a home run was there. That's now gone. Joel was the one. They got him. So it's a little bit of a relaxed situation, as that is called a strike to Masa Miyadera. So it's 0-1 and 2 outs. We are in the top of the 6th. The Admirals are holding a lead of 6-5. That is a ball. Stompers have 2 runners on, first and second. And foul tip back. So Masa's count now is 1 ball and 2 strikes. So they need to get this batter out. They need to get up. They need to strike. Continuously strike. Because you can best believe this lead is not going to last. Strike him out. And that takes him out. So we're headed to the bottom of the 6th. Here comes the Vallejo Admirals. They need to strike. They need to strike hard. And we'll see if they're able to do that right after this. So we are at the bottom of the 6th, with the Admirals holding a 1-point lead of 6-5. And Manny Reyes hits that one out to the shortstop, and it looks like the left field is going to go ahead and make that, and that's 1 out. Manny Reyes was the leadoff hitter for the Admirals. So that is 1 down.
Batting for the Admirals, second baseman number 34, Pedro Perez.
So here comes Pedro Perez. We are in the bottom of the 6th. 1 out, 6-5. The Admirals are holding a lead. That is called a strike. It's down in the dirt. So it's 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. So he's going to hit that right back up the middle, and he's not going to be able to get it. So Pedro Perez gets on. So they need to keep this moving.
Now batting for the Admirals, center fielder number 12, Tillman Pugh.
So here comes Tillman Pugh, the center fielder. They have a runner on. It's 1 out. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Now, Tillman Pugh hits for power as well. And he can get it up out of here as he foul tips that back.
Great cut. Four. Hey, cuatro.
Yep, now they're checking the runner. That's Pedro Perez. And Pedro Perez has stolen bases on these Stompers before, as well as Tillman Pugh. So once again, the Admirals need to strike. And that is down for a ball. So the count now is 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. There's another ball call. So it's 2 balls and 1 strike.
Make some noise for your bad boy out there hustling all night long.
Yep, they're going to check the runner. So again, just like how the Admirals ran into this situation, this pitcher out here is pretty much has to be careful. He can end up having that first base runner on third. That is high out for a ball. So the count is now 3-1. Tillman is ever so patient at the plate. He always has been. Even when I seen him in 2014, and some of the other games that I was able to witness him play online with the South Shore Railcats. Oh, check swing. Runner goes. Runner is out. So the attempt was made and the attempt failed. So now we're at 2 outs. So, the count now is full. 2 outs. The Admirals holding a 1-point lead. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Tillman Pugh still at the plate. And he foul tips that one out to the other side, and that's out of play.
Tim, I've never seen so many kids run after 1 ball at one time. That was literally a flock that time. And which, just to remind you, the people in the Marina Vista grandstands were the winner of the mystery prize in the concession stand. So please report that to Saturday.
So the count now is full. 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So the opportunity to strike and continue striking didn't happen. And here come the Sonoma Stompers to utilize their version of striking as we head to the top of the 7th. And we'll see how that happens right after this.
If you have an interest in a career in sports broadcasting,
Whether it's behind the scenes or on camera,
then this is the class for you.
Class is held every Wednesday from 1:30 to 4:30 in room 121 alongside the library building.
For more information, contact Greg Poff. That's me at solano.edu.
we hope to see you here next semester. And remember,
It's more than just sports. It's an education.
So we are in the top of the 7th. We are back. And the Stompers are up, and leading things off is the catcher, number 25, Isaac Winrick. As he jumps back, he looked displeased at that pitch there. Isaac had a pretty rough go of it last night, and he's not looking forward to any kind of injuries tonight. He wants to be injury-free. He doesn't want to get hit by no balls, anything like that. So he had a displeased look on his face. But his count is 2-0. So he is ahead of the count. That is called a strike. Now again, Isaac Winrick, he is a power hitter. When he played for the Admirals, he got it up out of here. When he played for Sonoma, which is his second time back, he got it up out of here. So he's comfortable with this field as well as that can be. But Tillman Pugh is underneath it, and he's going to make that catch. So that's one down like that. But don't make it, don't get it twisted, and don't make no mistakes. Weinrich can get it up out of here. So, up to bat now is the left fielder, number 2, Brennan Metzger. Demetrius Banks is still pitching for the Admirals. Swing and a miss. That is strike one. One out. We are in the top of the 7th. That is strike 2. So Brennan Metzger is behind in the count. And he goes down looking. That is strike 3, but he's disagreeing with this call. He's just, and Ron Adams is like, that's he is still John with Ron Adams. Oh, that'll do it. He's just been tossed. He has just been tossed out of the game. He argued the call about the strike zone, and like I said, we have plenty of umpires out here, but they're not the official officiators, and Ron Adams is. He called it, and now Brennan Metzger has been thrown out of the game.
Brennan Metzger has been ejected from the game.
And he is just talking all the way through this. So, here's what makes this interesting now. They just upset the home plate umpire. It doesn't look like things are going to go their way, at least for the rest of this inning. So, up now is Marcus Bradley. That is a ball. So it's 2 outs. We're in the top of the 7th. As I have stated before, the strike zones of each umpire is always different. And that is a strike. And so it's up to the pitcher to realize the area closest to or right on to the strike zone. And a lot of times, for a lot of them, it's just a head scratcher. And for batters, it's equally frustrating. That is a strike. So it is now 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. That's foul tip back, so he's going to stay alive with that one. 1 ball and 2 strikes. We're in the top of the 7th. The Admirals are holding on to a lead of 6-5. But they need to get up and strike. They need to strike. At this particular point in time, that's very important. As Demetrius Banks steps off the mound, he rubs up the ball a little bit. Now, Demetrius Banks can knock the pace down too. After all, you see how he walks up to the plate. So his pitching, he could do the same thing from the mound. And that is a ball. Now, I got to admit, every now and again, Ron has called those strikes. So his his strike zones can be a little funky, but it's just you have to know where these strike zones are at. Get close to them. You know, take a chance every now and again. Even if it's a home run that gets knocked on you, you find where the strike zone is at. And that is a strike right there. And as you can see, the batter is not pleased with this. He is not pleased with this. Ron has the face mask off, and he's ready for the confrontation already. But that's not going to happen. We are headed to the bottom of the 7th. Here come the Vallejo Admirals. Do they have a strike in them or not? We shall see.
You're watching Admirals Baseball on the In-Town Sports Network channel.
And we are back. It is the bottom of the 7th. The Admirals are up to bat. Leading things off is number 25, Chevy Clark. And the Stompers have made a pitching change. It's number 33, Adam Ogburn. So, with the Admirals up, and they held them at the top of the 7th. Now we're at the bottom of the 7th, and the Admirals need to strike. A heavyweight swing and a miss from Chevy Clark. So game 3 is tomorrow night, right here at Wilson Park. Oh, as he turns away, and the boy's getting hit by a pitch. That game is at 6:35, and then after that game, they head out. The Admirals head out for a 6-game road trip. They'll be gone for 6 games. They had a rough outing in 9. Hopefully, the 6 won't be as bad. Oh, that's inside. So, Chevy Clark's count now is 2-1. A swing and a miss. And his count now is 2-2 to Chevy Clark. The leadoff runners need to get aboard. They need to get this started and keep it going. As he hits that one out toward the right field, and he's going to run over there, and he is not going to get it. And that fielder is okay. He didn't really hurt himself up against the fence. So we'll try this again. Chevy Clark returns. His count is 2-2. He is the leadoff batter. He needs to get on base. Count goes full. The lightweight crowd today hung out, so they're getting ready for the last game of this series before the Admirals are gone for 6. And he hits that one out here to the left field side. He is not going to get it because it's a home run. So, just like that, the Admirals strike in the form of Chevy Clark, number 25.
Another O'Connor lumberjack solo shot, Chevy Clark. Admirals lead it 7-5 in the 7th.
So that's a good hit from Chevy Clark, which is a home run.
For Sean Payne.
So now coming up to the plate is number 4, Sean Payne, as you heard Tim Fitzgerald say. Yeah, I'm cheating. What the heck? Okay. And that's down for a ball. So, we're in the bottom of the 7th. The Admirals have the lead of 7-5, but they have to continue to strike. Takashi Miyoshi will strike and get as many points as possible, because that's down low for ball 2. So the Admirals need to stack up a lot of points. They need to stack it. That's high for a ball. So, Sean Payne is looking at 3 balls and no strikes, no outs. So, once again, it's tilting in the Admirals' favor. Oh, he gets hit by a pitch. He gets hit by a pitch, but he's okay. But it's just an elbow shot, so he's going to take a base that way. And so PJ's going to pull him over right quick just to make sure he's okay.
Now batting for the Admirals, first baseman, number 13, Nick Aiken.
So he's just going to go ahead and take a base. He seems to be all right. So they're tucking it over there on the mound. And Ron Adams is going to go ahead and break this up. As it gets broken up there. So, Sean Payne gets hit by a pitch. And the hitting coach, Nick Akins, is up to bat. So once again, it's all tilted into the favor of the Admirals. They just need to continuously stack it up. So that is a ball to Nick Akins. We're in the bottom of the 7th. No outs. The Admirals are holding a lead of 7-5. They need to continuously add points, at least against this very point-driven Sonoma Stompers squad. That's going to go behind me. I get to watch it go down. Yeah. That little click you heard, that was the ball, not too far behind me. So Nick Akins' count now is 1-1. No outs, runner on first. As the runner goes, as the hit is made, so now it's a hit and run. Runners are at the corner. So Sean Payne is on third.
Now batting for the Admirals, it is your Art Solano's cleanup hitter, designated hitter number 10, Vladimir Gomez.
So Vladimir Gomez is coming up. So once again, the Admirals are looking at a situation of making it happen. They have not only cut into the lead of the Stompers, they have taken the lead from the Stompers, and they need to keep pushing more points. They have to keep that going. This is the only team that they have to do this against because of the fact of Takashi has made this team a points-driven team. He has set his lineup to do so, and he has gotten the results. What the Admirals have to do is match that and beat it. Swing and a miss from Vladimir Gomez. That is a strike 1. And they have the player personnel to do it. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. They're trying to encourage Vlad. He can do it. Teammates are 100% behind him. Always have been. Foul tip. So Vlad goes down swinging.
Now batting for the Admirals.
Up next is Graylin Durkee. So they still, the Admirals still have runners at the corner, first and third. Sean Payne on third. Nick Akins on first. As Graylin Durkin looks at a first pitch strike. One out, one strike, bottom of the seventh. As he hits that one up towards the second base side, and he is going to play the score that way from the single hit. So now it's 8-5.
Now batting for the Admirals, third baseman number 20, Gerald Bautista.
But the Admirals have to keep it rolling. They have to keep pushing the points. I've watched this Stomper team go ahead and get 20 points. It's not like it's a far-fetched situation. There is game left in this as Gerald Bautista, who's at the plate now, looks at a ball two. One out. We're at the bottom of the seventh. Swing, foul tip back. Check that. It's now 1 ball, 1 strike. Okay. I'm not making that call. I'm looking at the board and I see the lights bright. He lit up and then she takes one away. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. This is the situation where Gerald Bautista, he's a power hitter. He is a power hitter. But this is a time where he needs to be the hitter that puts the ball in play. You got your guys on, or join them in that. Just get on. Leave the fence out of the equation. Get on base. Swing and a miss. Strike 3.
Now batting for the Admirals, catcher number 30,
So,
Manny Reyes.
here comes Manny Reyes. Nolo Reyes, you know. that's the nickname he rolls with. But he has a solid personality as he takes a first pitch swing and a miss. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. The Admirals have the lead of 8-5. Top foul. 0-2. Manny Reyes is behind in the count. That's high for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Foul tip, he stays alive. He stays alive. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 7th. The Admirals have the lead of 8-5. Manny Reyes at the plate. Oh, he held back right on time. It's now counted as 2-2. And sometimes the batter get into a rhythm of a swing and make the mistake and keep that rhythm going and swing right through it. As everybody gets ready. Foul tip back. Manny stays alive. He's pretty much saying, I could have had that one. Count remains the same. It's 2s across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th. 8-5. Admirals lead. And foul tip down. Foul tip down. So he's staying alive with this. So it's a batter's pitcher's duel. Who will win? Oh, he gets hit by the pitch, so it looks like the batter wins. So now, once again, the bases are loaded. It's a different situation, but the bases are loaded because it's 2 outs.
Now batting for the Admirals, second baseman, number 34, Pedro
So,
Perez.
now comes up Pedro Perez. The bases are loaded. And it looks like they're going to talk it over there just a little bit. Nope, no. So, a situational conversation comes up, and that's how that ends. So at the plate now is the second baseman, number 34, Pedro Perez. A swing and a miss. So, situation, bases loaded, except for it's 2 outs. And he hits that one foul. So, Pedro is now behind in the count, 0-2, and 2 outs. The Admirals are holding a 3-point lead at 8-5. Bottom of the 7th. That goes out wide, so that's ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pedro needs to think about getting on base, putting the ball in play, getting on base. Every movement now can plate a run. And with that, it plates a run. Not only does it plate a run, it plates 2 runs. So with that now, it's 10-5.
Those insurance runs brought to you by Vallejo Insurance. Now batting for the Admirals, center fielder number 12, Tillman Pugh.
So there are 2 runners on. The Admirals now have a 10-5 lead. It is still 2 outs. The Admirals need to continue to stack it on, and that is called a strike. And Tillman Pugh can make it happen, either infield or just getting it out of here. That's called a ball. Slide for a ball outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 7th. The Admirals now taking more advantage of a lead of 10-5. But again, I have seen these Stompers get 20 points in the game. And that is a strike. So this lead is not a comfortable lead. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So the Admirals have the lead of 10-5. We're headed to the top of the 8th. Here come the Stompers. And they're probably coming with a little attitude, and we'll see if there is an attitude right after this.
Ever have an interest of being on camera as a sports broadcaster? Or have you ever wanted to learn how to operate a camera or what goes on behind the scenes?
If you want to be a star behind the camera,
or you could be the captain of everything behind the scenes, then we have just the program for you.
Well, did you know that Solano College is the only community college in the nation that has a sports broadcasting program and television network, which can give you a certificate to get an entry-level job in sports broadcasting?
Classes will be held right along the library in room 121.
For more information, contact Greg Poff. That's me, at solano.edu. And remember, it's more than just sports. It's an education.
And we are back. It is the top of the 8th right here at Wilson Park in Vallejo, California. The Sonoma Stompers are up, and they're here to answer and get some points here. So their leadoff person, batter that is center fielder number 1, Matt Hibbert. Pitching now for the Admirals is number 55, Josh Evans. And Matt Hibbert fouled that back. So strike 1. The Admirals have the lead of 10-5. But it's safe to say not to have a comfort in that, because these Stompers are dangerous when it comes to getting points. That is a ball. So it's 1 ball and 1 strike. As I've stated before, these same Sonoma Stompers have collected a 20-point lead, and that was against the San Rafael Pacifics. A swing and a miss from Matt Hibbert. Now the Pacifics ended up getting 10 points. Okay, we're at 10. We have 10 points now. So it's not over. That's wide for a ball. Count now is 2 balls and 2 strikes. We're in the top of the 8th. And that is the ball, full count to Matt Hibbert. And he pops that up, and that's out of play. It kind of like goes over the lights.
Still time to get to concessions, kids.
There's still a sparsely small crowd here in the park tonight. It's not so cold out here. It's been a nice warm day, so this breeze for most of them are feeling kind of good. That's going to be chop foul up the third base side of the line. Count now is full at 3-2. Yeah, and that's going to walk him, so that's going to put that runner on.
Now batting for the Stompers, second baseman number 8, Yuki Yasuda.
So here comes Yuki Yasuda. Now, as I mentioned about Takashi's lineup, okay, the power hitter just got on base. Okay, now here comes pretty much the person that can put the ball in play. And then from there you have Scott David, who can pretty much go either way, which is either put the ball in play or get it up out of here. And it's all according to how Takashi has got his lineup going. And Scott David looks at a ball 1. Yeah, swing and a miss. That is strike 1. No outs here in the top of the 8th. The Stompers holding a lead of 10-5. Runner goes. Runner safe. So again, it's that speed from first to second that they do a lot. They do it a lot. Yes, Manny's going to go ahead and talk things over with Josh. And like I said before, it might be something, and Manny seems to be that type of person that he can play pretty slick himself. So it might be something that he sees or something that he wants to try. That's fouled back. Count now is 2-2. Yuki Yasuda at the plate. And he can't put the ball in play. He's not going to knock it out of here. He can if he takes it down the 322 side, but 9 times out of 10 he's going to hit it and put it in play. As that goes foul back out of play. Two and two is still a count. Yeah, that's ball. Full count now to Yuki Yasuda. And just like that, he puts it in play, but he got it up out of here. He did a little bit more than that. Okay, so, you know, I really got to start making these future calls because I'm just not getting them right. So with that, now, here come the Stompers. They're in play. 10-7.
Stompers, first baseman number 14, Scott David.
So Scott David is at the plate. Yeah, like I said, the Admirals can't be in a comfort zone. And he's taking a little time to make it happen. Scott David takes a first pitch strike. So like that, it is now 10-7. The Admirals are leading. And that's hit up the middle there, and Tillman Pugh's going to go ahead and throw that in.
Now batting for the Stompers, designated hitter number 7, Joel Carranza.
So Joel Carranza comes to the plate. Now the Admirals need to keep the focus and get back into the getting these Stompers out, getting up, and stacking on more points. Down low into the, in the dirt. A little tongue twister there. Josh Evans is on the mound. So Manny wants to do a little bit more talking. And it is that situation where it's keep the focus. Because the Stompers, again, the lineup is, okay, so now you have Joel Carranza up, okay. Scott David did a little something. Yuki did the home run. So the natural power hitter is now at the plate. Oh my goodness, as Josh ducked out of the way of that one. And that's gonna bring a runner to third. So now there's runners on first and third. So P.J. Phillips is gonna go to the mound.
Now batting for the Stompers, third baseman number 2, Eddie Morel Loera.
And so as they're talking things over. So there will be a pitching change. And coming to the mound
Your attention please now
will be
for the Admirals. Former big leaguer from the Dominican Republic, number 35.
Sammy Gervasio is coming to the plate, and we'll have his action on the mound after this. And we are back. And on the mound for the Vallejo Admirals is number 35, Sammy Gervasio. And Eddie Loera is at the plate. And the Admirals are holding a lead of 10-7. As Eddie Loera looks at a first pitch strike. That is a strike. Now the Stompers have runners on first and second, so they are threatening to score. There is no outs. We're on the top of the 8th. 2 strikes on Eddie Loera. So the Admirals need to hold the Stompers right here and get back up, and get some more points. Runner goes. Foul tip back. So they'll do it again. 0-2 is the count still. No outs. As Sammy goes to exchange balls, it's kind of like Ron is letting him know, this is what we got, so this is what you got to go with. So as he does his normal of throwing his hands behind his back, he doesn't do the 360-degree turnaround. Runner goes, and that is off of his foot. So that hit Manny Reyes on the foot. So the runner has to go back. So twice the runner has ran. Twice the runner has had to return. So this becomes an interesting situation when it comes to dealing with Sammy on the mound. He's already aware. And that's a hit and run. And just like that, a run scores. So now the Stompers are threatening to come back. It is now 10-8.
Now batting for the Stompers, shortstop number 5, Masa Miyadera.
So here comes Masa Miyadera. And somebody in the audience says Mesa. Well, if you talk to him, he'll tell you it's Masa. So So it is the job to hold them but there is no outs. We are in the bottom of the 8th. The Admirals need to hold them. And this is what they're doing. They're doing a lot of running now. This is situational baseball now for the Stompers. This is what Takashi has his team doing, running. Runners now on second and third, threatening to score again. That is a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. We're still in the bottom of the 8th. That is the ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. The Admirals need to get outs. They need to get these Stompers out of here. They need to start getting some outs here, so they can get back up and add, and possibly add more points. As that's going to be hit up that way, and the runner is safe. So the process of chipping away is working for the Stompers. It's now 10-9. No outs.
Now batting for the Stompers, catcher number 25.
So here comes Isaac Winrick. So from a lead of 10-5, it has now been cut down to 10-9. so Sammy does just let them know, hey, I know you're there. I ain't got to do nothing too much. Stompers have runners on first and second. No outs.
Come on, Sammy.
That is the ball.
Come on, Sammy, right here, baby. You all right?
That's inside for a ball. Isaac takes a little walk around. 2 of those to count for Isaac. We are in the bottom of the 8th. Check that. Top of the 8th. There, I'll go getting ahead of myself. We're in the top of the 8th. The Sonoma Stompers are up. Isaac Winrick at the plate, number 25. He is the catcher, and he is a power hitter. That is ball 3. So Isaac is well ahead of the count. 10-9 is the score. It went from 10-5 lead to 10-9. Admirals are still holding on to a 1-point lead. And that's high for a ball, so he walks him. So the bases are loaded now. So you flip that situation for the Admirals, and now you give it over to, or flip it over to, now the Stompers. Bases are loaded. No outs. Top of the 9th. And Brennan Metzger to the plate. So it becomes a licking of the chop situation for the Stompers. So they need to get the outs. And at least walk out of this about getting these 3 outs. They can do it with a tie, but that is a ball 1. So the batter's already ahead in the count. And the pressure is building on the Admirals. And that is a strike call. So count now is 1-1. We are at the top of the 8th. As he hits that one, nobody's going to get that one, so that's going to play the run. That's going to play 2 runs. He's going to throw it to third. So, from having the lead to now not having the lead, it is 11-10 Stompers lead. So they have retaken the lead. So Marcus Bradley to the plate. So P.J. Phillips goes out to the mound. So that's going to do it for Sammy Gervasio.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Admirals from Jacksonville, Florida, number 43, Tim Holmes.
So Tim Holmes is onto the mound, and we'll see what he does after this. The Stompers have taken the lead, 11-10.
If you have an interest in a career in sports broadcasting,
Whether it's behind the scenes or on camera,
then this is the class for you.
Class is held every Wednesday from 1:30 to 4:30 in room 121 alongside the library building.
For more information, contact Greg Poff. That's me at solano.edu.
we hope to see you here next semester. And remember,
It's more than just sports. It's an education.
And we are back. Tim Holmes is on the mound. No outs still here in the top of the 8th. Yeah, I can't remember who the batter is. Okay, now I got him. Okay, it is Marcus Bradley, and he looks at a 1 ball, 2 strikes. And he is in the bottom of the order, so now we go to the top of the order after him, which will start off with Matt Hibbert. That's high for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. At the top of the 8th. The Stompers have retaken the lead. It's 11-10. It's down low for a ball, and they go ahead and ask for the opinion of Mike Heller out in the field, and he says no swing. Count's full to Marcus Bradley. And that is ball 4. So, once again, the bases are loaded and no outs.
Now batting for the Stompers, center fielder number 1, Matt Hibbert.
So they're at the top of the order, and the power hitter, Matt Hibbert. So the Stompers are holding a 1-point lead, 11-10. No outs, and are threatening to score again with the bases loaded. Tim Holmes is on the mound. It's down in the dirt for a ball. Three and 0. 2-0. I need glasses. Oh, wait a minute. I'm wearing glasses. Wow. No outs here. Still in the top of the 8th. As Matt Hibbert now looks at 3-0. He is well ahead of the count. This is all in favorable situation now for the Stompers. So with that pitch, he walks Matt Hibbert, and that's going to play the run right there. And it's now 12-10.
Now batting for the Stompers.
So Demetrius Banks is going to walk out here and talk things over with Tim Holmes a little bit. As they talk things over there. So now Yuki Yasuda is up. And at his last at bat, he hit a home run. And I got to admit, where he hit it out of surprised me. Manny's trying to deke the runners. And that is a ball to Yuki Yasuda. So the Stompers, 12-10 is the lead now for them. Still no outs. And that is called a strike. One ball, one strike. Top of the 8th, still. 12-10, Stompers' lead. Strike 2. So as I was saying earlier, the 10-5 lead, you don't want to be comfortable with that. Takashi's, he wants to stack the points as high as he can get it. And he goes down looking like that, and that's the first out at the top of the inning. So, Scott David comes up.
Number 14, Scott David.
Scott David at the plate. And they still have a long way to go. They still have 2 outs to get. And then they have to come up, the Admirals, and do some damage. Whoa. It's kind of high inside. Ball one. And there it goes. So that places the runner and advances the other two runners. So it's now 13-10. So it went from chipping away at a lead to stacking your lead. Count is 2-0 and 1 out. We are still in the top of the 8th. The score is Stompers 13, Admirals 10. Count now is 3-0 to Scott David. And that is a strike call. Three and 1 is the count. Scott David was pretty much getting ready to toss a bat and hit the first base, but the Ron Adams way of calls was just so slow. He made the strike call. It's 3-2 for Scott David. Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, it's swing and a miss. He strikes out. That's 2 down. Yeah, I think he was going either way because he kind of showed up Ron Adams at the plate. So with that, that'll bring up Joel Carranza.
Pinch hitting for the Stompers.
Oh, pinch hitting now.
Number 38, Kevin Farley.
Which is number 38, Kevin Farley. That's down low for a ball. 2 runners on. 2 outs. Stompers have retaken the lead, and they now have 13, and the Admirals have 10. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 1-1 is the count. It is a situation for the Admirals to get this batter out, get up, as Tim Holmes walks off the bag and makes everybody pretty much go back to their bases. But for the Admirals, they have to get the batter out, get back, and retake this lead. And that is a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. We are still in the top of the 8th. Runners on 2nd and 3rd, threatening to score. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2s across the board. 1 strike needed to bring the Admirals back inside to go ahead and do their work offensively. Tim Holmes on the mound. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. He strikes him out and saves from any more runs coming in. Now, here comes the Admirals. We head to the bottom of the 8th. They need to do some scoring. They need to stay on offensive for a while. And we'll see if they're able to do that right after this. And we are back. It is the bottom of the 8th. Yes, and I am sure of this because I'm looking at it. It is the bottom of the 8th. The Admirals are up, and leading things off is the right fielder, number 25, Chevy Clark. The Admirals are down by 3. The Stompers have retaken the lead. They have 13, and the Admirals have 10. Chevy Clark looks at a ball 1. The new pitcher for the Stompers is number 24, Jacob Cox. 2 balls and no strikes for Chevy Clark. Now, smart ball needs to be played in this, and that is a strike. The Admirals have the opportunity to end this in the 9th, or have to go to the bottom of the 9th. As that is hit out into, nobody's gonna get this one because it is at the fence. So that is a double for Chevy Clark.
You get a rally started, the lead off double, Chevy Clark. Now batting for the Admirals, left fielder number 4, Sean Payne.
So here comes Sean Payne. We are in the bottom of the 8th. Runner on second. Sean Payne at the plate. As he hits that in the broken bat, as he's going to go over here. Oh, and he's going to miss for first. So Sean Payne is going to go ahead and get to second base. That's going to possibly no play the runner, but that's not going to happen. So the runners are at second and third. So the broken bat situation, nobody got hurt from that.
Now up to the plate.
So now
Number 13, Nick Aiken.
So Nick Akins is coming to the plate. But there's going to be a meeting at the mound. As Ron Adams goes ahead and walks up there to break up the meeting. So that meeting is broken up. So, first baseman Nick Akins is at the plate. It is no outs. We are in the bottom of the 8th. And that's a foul tip back. 2 runners on for the Admirals. They're down by 3. Threatening the score, needing to chip away at these points that the Stompers have regained. Jacob Cox on the mound. As that is hit up the middle, and that's going to be bobbled by the shortstop, but he's still going to get him out, but that plates a run.
That boy.
So that is 1 down.
Now batting for the Admirals, your Arc Solano cleanup hitter, number 10, Vlad Gomez.
So Vladimir Gomez is at the plate. Score now is 13-11. 1 out. Vladimir Gomez at the plate. Runner on third for the Admirals. Threatening to add another score. Need to continuously chip away at this. The Admirals need to regain the lead. That's down low for a ball. So Vlad's teammates are all behind him, wanting him to get on base and make it happen. And he does do exactly that. So Vlad gets on and brings in a run. So now the Admirals are down by 1.
Now batting, your Avery Green RBI machine, number 40, Graylin Durkee.
So Graylin Durkee at the plate. Admirals are down by 1, 13-12. So this has been a seesaw type like thing in scoring so far as he goes and checks the runner. So the situation looks like this. If the Admirals retake the lead, what's going to be the number that they're going to have? They've already seen where at 10-5, it wasn't enough. And that goes down low for Graylin Durkee. So what's going to be enough to hold him? Because as they have witnessed, with the lead that they had, they lost it just as fast. As hard as they worked to get it, they lost it that fast. So they have to figure a way to go ahead and retake the lead. Swing and a miss from Graylin Durkee. They have to figure out a way to get the lead, keep the lead, and stop these Stompers. And we're in the bottom of the 8th. Count is 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Ball 2 to Graylin Durkee. Vladimir Gomez on first base. Graylin Durkee as of late has been struggling at the plate. And he hits that one out the middle for a double play, and that's what it's going to be, a double play. So the Admirals are still down by 1. They need to hold the Stompers, get back up, and retake the lead. All of this, we'll see how it transpires after this.
You're watching Admirals Baseball on the In-Town Sports Network channel.
And we are back. It is the top of the 9th. And Stompers are up, and leading things off for the Stompers is number 2, Eddie Mora Loera, as he looks at ball 2. The Stompers are holding a 1-point lead of 13-12. The Admirals need to get these guys out, get up, and win this one. But the Stompers have been a scoring machine. As Eddie leans back, they have been a scoring machine, and they've been troublesome to most of the teams that they have come up against. After all, they are the division leaders, or the division champions. And now the division leaders, they are in first place. So with that, Eddie Moralora is on. Tim Holmes is still the pitcher for the Admirals. So Masa Miyadera is up. Tim Holmes, he stepped off the mound. Almost
Wow, is that a ball? I got a strike. Okay, thank you.
So, it is now 1 ball, 1 strike. Tomasa Miyadera. I keep wanting to say Miyadora. So he makes a bunt attempt, and that is another strike. So it's 0-2. 0-2 is the count, actually. So, okay. So Masa is behind in the count. 1 runner on. We are at the top of the 9th. 13-12. The Stompers lead by 1. Foul tip back. So Masa stays alive with that one. Foul tip back out of play. So Masa still staying alive. 0-2. He is behind in the count. Top of the 9th. 13-12. That's high for a ball. Count now is 1-2. Some of the fans that have stayed are intensely watching this duel here as Tim Holmes steps off the bag and sends the runner back to first. Swing and a miss. He strikes out.
Now batting for the Stompers, catcher number 6, Daniel Comstock.
So, Daniel Comstock is up. As he pretty much gets himself adjusted before he comes to the plate, as you can see, if you can see. Oh, yeah. Throws back to first to check the runner. Down low for a ball. So I thought Manny was trying to deke the runner, but he really couldn't find the ball. But the runner didn't go. He's like, oh no, I'm not falling for this. You've been trying to deke us all night. But it was an actual, I can't find the ball. Count now is 1-0 to Daniel Comstock. 2-0 now is the count. 1 out here in the top of the 9th. Runner on first. Need to get the batter out. Need to get the runner out. Need to get 3 outs. That's high inside for a ball. 3-0. Need to get the 3 outs and hurry up and get up and retake the lead and win the game, but the Stompers are saying, oh, we got other plans in that situation. As Tim Holmes steps off the mound. So it's been a battle of numbers so far as he walks him. So 2 runners on now.
Now batting for the Stompers.
As Demetrius Banks calls for time. So while they talk things over, I just want to let you know that if you want to hear these games live, just go to the Vallejo Admirals webpage at vallejoadmirals.com. Find the link that has the V on it, which is actually the Mixler page, and click onto that, and you can hear the games live. Or you can just wait till these games are uploaded and you can actually see what went down. Because I will be working on live streaming these games in the 2018 season. So I got a lot of work to do, but I want you people to see them first. And that is a strike. As I am officially right now for this season a 1-camera operator. For next season, I hope to advance to 2 and 3 so that I can give you more angles and more views. And this is the In-Town Sports Network, and that will be bringing it to you as that goes for a second strike. So it's 0-2 to the batter, whose name I did not get. That's fouled back out of play. Count remains the same, 0-2, 1 out. We're at the top of the ninth. 13-12, the Stompers lead with a runner on second. Tim Holmes on the mound. Chop foul up the first base side. Correction, there are 2 runners. Runner on first, runner on second. You know, it's just really bad when you're wearing glasses and you can't see this. So it's that kind of a situation. Oh, and 2 is the count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So that's 2 outs. Tim Holmes needs to go through 1 more batter and get these Admirals inside to try to win this game. So Marcus Bradley comes up to the plate. So that batter, who was number 3, replaced Brennan Metzger. But now Marcus Bradley is at the plate. 2 runners on, first and second. Top of the ninth. Ball 1. 13-12, the Stompers lead. It's ball 2. Marcus Bradley at the plate. Inside for a ball. Count is 3-0. So it's threatening to getting bases loaded again. And that is called a strike. So it's 3-1. 2 outs. Need to get somebody out so they can get in and possibly score to win. And that walks the batter. Which takes it back to the top of the order.
Now batting for the Stompers, center fielder number
And Matt Hibbert. Now it comes to this situation where you're dealing with the power hitter, Matt Hibbert. How many times do you want to have this kind of a situation and him not hit it out of the park? Well, it becomes an eventuality that if you dabble in this situation long enough, the results comes to be bad. That's a ball 1 to Matt Hibbert. All the Admirals need is 1 out. The bases are loaded. They need to try not to make it any harder than what it already is. They struggled to get back in it. Actually, they fought to take the lead. And that is a ball. Then they struggled to get back in it. So to win this game for the Admirals is a possibility. And that is a ball. So Tim Holmes is threatening to walk a run in, which would put the Admirals down by 2, which is not a hurt situation, but you need to get the batter out. You got to strike him out. That is a ball. So he walks that batter and walks a run in. So like a bad clock, they're walking. So P.J. Phillips is out to the mound, probably going to go for a pitching change here. And he is. So that does it for Tim Holmes. The valiant effort, but it was getting a little bit situational.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Admirals, number 8, Mark Rutledge.
So Mark Rutledge is going to go ahead and take the mound and see if he can stop the bleeding, and we'll find out if that happens after this.
Ever have an interest of being on camera as a sports broadcaster? Or have you ever wanted to learn how to operate a camera or what goes on behind the scenes?
If you want to be a star behind the camera,
or you could be the captain of everything behind the scenes, then we have just the program for you.
Well, did you know that Solano College is the only community college in the nation that has a sports broadcasting program and television network, which can give you a certificate to get an entry-level job in sports broadcasting?
Classes will be held right along the library in room 121.
For more information, contact Greg Poff. That's me at solano.edu. And remember, it's more than just sports. It's an education.
And we are back. So Mark Rutledge is on the mound for the Admirals, and Yuki Yasuda is on the plate for the Stompers. And the first pitch is a strike. So immediately Yuki Yasuda is behind in the count. Bases are still loaded here. We're in the top of the ninth. The Stompers have a 2-point lead of 14-12. And that is a ball. So Mark has received the sign that he wants. And that is a ball.
Here we go, baby. Here we go, baby.
2 balls and 1 strike. 2 outs. We're in the top of the 9th. The Admirals need to stop the runners from walking and adding points. They need to stop the bleeding right here. So everybody's aware of their job. As that is a strike. Count now is 2-2. 2's across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Needing to get that final strike. And he hits that one up the middle. Graylin Durkee can't get it, so he flicked it to the second base, and that brings in 2 more runs. So that makes it, I didn't move the camera, sorry about that. But 2 runs have scored. It is now 16-12.
Now batting for the Stompers, number 14, Scott David.
So Scott David to the plate. So Scott David to the plate, 16-12, and that's going to be hit out into the field there. Tillman Pugh's going to get it, and he's going to throw it in. And like that, that call is out.
And that will end the top of the 9th.
So
Admirals looking
that ends the 9th. Here come the Admirals. They have a little bit of work to do. And with all things that have been happening so far tonight, it is possible that they can win this game. 16-12, bottom of the 9th. Here come the Admirals. Let's see what the results will be after this. Win or not.
If you have an interest in a career in sports broadcasting,
Whether it's behind the scenes or on camera,
Then this is the class for you.
Class is held every Wednesday from 1:30 to 4:30 in room 121 alongside the library building.
For more information, contact Greg Poff. That's me at solano.edu.
we hope to see you here next semester. And remember,
It's more than just sports. It's an education.
And we are back. It is the bottom of the 9th. The Stompers lead this one 16-12. Leading it off for the Admirals is third baseman number 20, Gerald Bautista. Pitching for the Sonoma Stompers is DJ Sharabi as he throws the ball 1. And that is a strike. So count now to Batista is 1-1. Bottom of the 9th. As he hits that one back up the back up the middle, and he's going to get thrown out that way.
Now batting for the Admirals, catcher number 38, Manny Reyes.
So Manny Reyes comes up to the plate. As Manny looks at a first pitch ball. And that is a strike. So 1-1 to Manny Reyes.
All he did was scoop it and throw it in front of him.
Down low for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike to Manny Reyes. Down low for a ball. Count now to Manny Reyes is 3-1 and 1 out. We're in the bottom of the 9th. This is the final inning for the Admirals. But they're back at it again for Game 3 tomorrow, right here at Wilson Park. Game time is at 6:35. And you can hear that game live if you just go on to the webpage, Swing and a Miss from Manny Reyes. You go onto the webpage of VallejoAdmirals.com and click on the Mixler icon, and you'll see the V, and you'll probably see click to listen. And you just click on there and you'll be able to hear the games live. Swing and a miss. And that is strike 3. So the final hope comes up in the form of number 34, Pedro Perez.
34, Pedro Perez.
That is a first pitch strike to Pedro Perez. Down low for a ball, 1-1. Two outs here in the bottom of the 9th. Final hope lays in Pedro Perez. That is a ball. And that is foul tip back out of play. So Pedro Perez stays alive. 2-2 is the count. 2's across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the 9th. Time being called from Pedro Perez. And that is a ball. Full count to Pedro Perez. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Foul tip. And it looks like the catcher's going to need a little bit of time there. I believe that's Daniel Comstock. Full count here in the bottom of the 9th, 2 outs. Stompers are leading this one 16 to 12. And that is a ball 4, so he will take a base that way. And up next is Tillman Pugh.
Now batting for the Admirals, center fielder number 12, Tillman Pugh.
So, the hopes are still hanging in the balance here as the Admirals have 2 outs. Tillman Pugh's at the plate. 1 runner on. That is a strike. Admirals needing base runners and score. As he hits that one up to the shortstop, that's going to bounce off of his chest, and just like that, the lucky bounce to second base, and that's how this game ends. So it was a valiant fight from the Admirals, but they come up short by a score of 16-12. Game 3 tomorrow right here at Wilson Park here in Vallejo, California. Once again, the final score, the Sonoma Stompers 16, the Vallejo Admirals 12. So, my name is Darren Rogers. This is In Town Sports Network, and we'll have that for you tomorrow.